creo que 26-2, 26-3. Le ayudó a...
He look like some Floyd Mayweather shit.
Look at it, look. Slick.
Wait till that start hitting that body.
Yeah.
Alvarez hit that body.
Look how slick.
Saul Canelo Alvarez working on the historic, legendary Iron Mike Tyson slip uppercut, slip hook for his highly anticipated now showdown.
Mike Tyson recently visited and trained with Canelo Alvarez in preparation for Canelo's upcoming bout against Terence Crawford. The legendary heavyweight offered strategic insights and motivation, enhancing Canelo's training camp. Their collaboration reflects mutual respect and Tyson's continued influence in boxing, adding intrigue to the upcoming showdown. Mike Tyson praised Canelo Alvarez, highlighting his slick movements and powerful physique. Tyson remarked that Canelo's sharp defense and smooth footwork reminded him of a young Floyd Mayweather. Impressed by Canelo's discipline and skill, Tyson expressed confidence in his ability to handle Terence Crawford in their upcoming fight.
He's white. He can box. He's slick.
He look like some Floyd Mayweather shit.
Look at it. Slick.
Wait till that start hitting that body.
Yeah.
Alvarez hit that body.
Look how slick. Mike, look how slick he is.
Oh, he's gonna get.
Caleb buried his daughter when she was 2 years old.
Yeah.
He's got that attitude.
In an interview, when Mike Tyson was asked about Terence Crawford's chances against Canelo Alvarez, he notably refrained from giving a direct answer. Instead, Tyson simply replied that the world will find out soon enough. His choice to stay silent on the matter speaks volumes. Tyson, known for his brutal honesty and sharp eye for talent, seemed to suggest that this isn't a match to speculate about lightly. It's one that demands to be witnessed. This cautious yet telling response hints at the unpredictable nature of this fight and the respect Tyson has for both men.
Mike, is he great enough to move up 2 more divisions to fight Canelo at 168?
We're gonna see.
Mike Tyson has long been involved in mentoring the next generation of fighters. His focus is always on precision, how to move effectively, use angles, and apply pressure with proper timing. Whether it's about throwing a punch with intent or defending with finesse, Tyson stresses mastery of the basics. This dedication to fundamentals has influenced many young fighters, and it also explains why Tyson admires those who show discipline in the ring. It's not just about power for Tyson, it's about using it the right way at the right time.
How are you moving your feet, Mike?
Just go and look.
When asked to evaluate the matchup, Tyson didn't sugarcoat his thoughts. He openly called it a dangerous path for Crawford, pointing out the difference in physicality. He highlighted Canelo's compact strength, his subtle but effective head movement, and relentless forward pressure. According to Tyson, these qualities could seriously trouble Crawford, especially since Canelo is used to fighting and beating larger opponents. Tyson's concern wasn't about Crawford's talent, but the wisdom of stepping into the ring with someone who thrives in higher weight classes and has built his reputation on overwhelming fighters with controlled aggression.
What do you think?
Yeah, he can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It's just that he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
Even though Tyson considers the fight a risky proposition, he doesn't undermine Crawford's ability. In fact, he praised Crawford's past performances, notably mentioning how dominant he looked against Israel Madrimov. Crawford's ring IQ, timing, and ability to adjust mid-fight are aspects Tyson respects deeply. However, Tyson draws a clear line between ability and practicality. Just because someone can fight doesn't always mean they should. His concern lies more with the physical toll and what happens when skill meets brute force in an unforgiving way. Tyson's skepticism is grounded in logic. Jumping multiple weight divisions is not merely a mental challenge, it's a physical gamble. Canelo Alvarez, as Tyson points out, is naturally bigger, stronger, and has adapted well to higher divisions. The idea of Crawford, who has fought the majority of his career in lighter divisions, suddenly competing at this level raises red flags for Tyson.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know, and
He had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that was just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky. Yeah.
One of them.
As the fight approaches, footage from Canelo's training sessions reveals a fighter entirely focused on preparation. His routines showcase explosive combinations, crisp movement, and sustained conditioning drills that reflect a serious commitment. There's no doubt Canelo is taking Crawford seriously. The intensity and structure of his camp point to a man not just confident in his abilities, but fully aware of the threat Crawford brings. Every punch and footstep in training seems to be executed with a purpose, readiness for a strategic war.
There's just guys that just have preposterous power, and Canelo is a guy that has power but is constantly working on it. There's a great clip of him working with Andy Ruiz. You know that shield, that weird hand shield that they hold up for hooks? Yeah. And he's like, this is not for speed. This is just power. Just power. He's like, don't try to be fast with this, just power. And you see him just, hey, boom. Bro, he hits so hard.
Throughout his life, Tyson has praised fighters who blend brute force with technical depth, and Canelo fits that mold perfectly in his eyes. Tyson is particularly impressed with how Canelo navigates the ring, using feints, slipping punches, and delivering counter shots with deadly accuracy. To Tyson, Canelo is a rare mix of old-school toughness and modern-day boxing intelligence.
I think Canelo should beat him, overpower him, but Canelo's not moving his head no more. That other guy was hitting him. And that's what gives the other guy confidence. He believes he can hit.
For Crawford, the risk is not a deterrent. It's the very reason he wants the fight. He sees this moment as a potential legacy-defining chapter, the kind of high-stakes challenge that separates great fighters from legends. Crawford isn't entering this matchup just to participate. He's there to etch his name into the history books.
I think me and Canelo will make for a great fight. It's the best fight in boxing right now. And you got two first-ballot Hall of Famers going head-to-head with each other. And everybody want to see how Terence is going to do going up 2 more weight classes.
A lot of people making a big deal about the weight. You just walked in here. You don't look like a 54 right now.
I just think a lot of people is adopting other people's thoughts.
I've seen Canelo in person.
Yeah.
Even for him, 168 is a big weight class.
Facts. And he's always the smallest person in his division. When you got Usyk fighting Tyson Fury, you know, Tyson Fury was the massive fighter over Usyk.
I'm not even so sure Canelo will be the bigger guy.
He'd probably be thicker, but I'm taller. You know, he have his strong points in the fight. I have mine, so.
Crawford has openly acknowledged that the payday is substantial, but money isn't his main motivation. What drives him is the chance to test himself against the best and redefine what's possible in boxing. Taking on someone as decorated as Canelo and doing it on such a grand stage offers a once-in-a-lifetime chance to alter his narrative forever.
What's the biggest fight in boxing?
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there, so that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see. Come 12.
Everyone's talking about the weight differences. What's your kind of response to that, Terence?
That's why we fight the fight. So September 12th, we all going to see if the weight going to make a difference or not.
Do you want to fight him twice and then retire? Is that kind of the ideal thing for you?
One fight at a time. One fight at a time.
What is...
Former champion Mikey Garcia has weighed in, siding with Canelo primarily because of his physical dominance. Garcia believes that if Crawford cannot neutralize Canelo's aggression early, the sheer force and relentless pressure will begin to take a toll. He respects Crawford's talent, but views this matchup as one that heavily favors the bigger man.
I'm not even a fan of that fight. They're too many weight classes apart. And although the skills, Crawford is one of the best fighters that I've seen. Now, Canelo is, fighting at 168. Crawford just moved up to 154, and he had some trouble with that in that fight. Now, where do you plan on going? 164, 65, 66? Canelo ain't gonna come down to 160.
Yeah,
Canelo ain't gonna come down, maybe 166 max if he accepts. I think Canelo wins that fight based on just the size. fan of that fight. I think Crawford has accomplished everything he had to accomplish from 140, 147, now 154. That's even greater for him. He wants to do something, collect belts at 154, he can attempt that. But there's no money in that compared to the Canelo fight. And Canelo is trying to fight other guys, and at that point it's more of a big fight, for the money that's gonna generate. But as a fight fan, I'm not really a fan of that matchmaking. I'd rather see Canelo move up and fight somebody like Bitterbeef or Revolt again. If he wanted to challenge himself, move up to 175 again, and challenge himself against those guys.
Robert Garcia, a respected trainer, also tilts toward a Canelo win. Though he refrains from making bold declarations, his viewpoint aligns with others who value experience and weight class stability.
That fight, how do you see that going out?
Can't wait for that one, man. That's gonna be a fight that it's hard to pick the winner. I lean towards Bivol by decision. I just think he's got that style that he's not gonna allow Bitterbeef to get in close. I don't know. I just think Bivol pulls it up. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bitterbeef lands and hurts him and knocks him out, because that guy has so much power that he could knock anybody out. But I lean towards Bivol by decision.
When we start talking about Bivol, naturally the guy that comes to mind in everybody's mind is going to be the guy that he defeated, which is Canelo Alvarez.
Robert Garcia further speculates that money might be a major driving force behind Crawford's decision. In his view, Crawford has already accomplished plenty and doesn't need to fight anymore.
I probably don't see him winning, but I do see him putting up a good 6-8 rounds. I do believe that.
You think still Canelo
I think
finds a way to get him out of there?
I think he'll put up some good rounds.
And do you mean 6 or 8 rounds, like he won't finish, or that from then Canelo might take over?
Yes, after that I see Canelo taking over, but I think those first 6 rounds will be very close, or maybe Crawford will be ahead, because I think he could win some rounds against Canelo.
Just kind of sounds like what Jim Lampley echoed. I got to hang out with Jim during and after the fight, and he said that he thought he was more concerned now with the size of Terence than he ever has been, based on the way that Canelo just kind of manhandled at times Edgar Berlanga, who's a much bigger guy, much taller guy, perceivably a much stronger guy. But Terence has that weird strength, everybody says.
Terence is very strong physically, mentally, is very strong too. So you need that too. So I think he does put up some good rounds. I'm not saying he wins, because it's going to be tough for him to win. But I think the first half of the fight, he will put up some really good rounds.
What do you think he really runs into trouble the most versus Canelo?
I think Canelo's power, Canelo's strength, and the late rounds is where that's where Crawford starts getting into trouble.
Definitely. Another big fight on the card that happened. Caleb Plant, Trevor McCumbee, probably the most entertaining fight of the night. It felt like it was going to be the most entertaining fight when you went.
Veteran analyst Teddy Atlas commended Canelo's physical gifts, especially his strength and ring presence. As a unified champion with an elite resume, Canelo brings a level of danger that few can handle.
Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher. A unified champion that he's been. All of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it. I asked this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, who's going to be able sometimes Canelo at this point in his career gets slow.
Stephen A. Smith recognized Crawford's high boxing IQ and ability to execute under pressure, but he questioned whether Crawford can deliver enough power to make Canelo respect him. According to Smith, unless Crawford can find a way to stop Canelo's forward march, he might end up overwhelmed by sheer physicality.
Is that he won't hurt Canelo. And if he doesn't hurt Canelo and can't hurt Canelo, then Canelo keeps coming. Similar to how he stalked Charlo, how he stalked, once he had Plant hurt, he chased after him. Canelo is a very powerful individual who can get exposed by a boxer, because every shot he throws, he's trying to make it a power shot. To me, can Crawford hurt him? I would pick Crawford to win if he can box and stay away. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. And if Canelo catches him, it could be trouble. But I would still say it would be a very interesting fight. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody this powerful. And I'm wondering whether he could stay away. Again, Crawford is the superior boxer. But if he can't hurt Canelo, you can't keep him off of him. And that's where the problem is.
Former champion Tim Bradley offers a contrasting perspective. He argues that while Canelo's size is a real factor, Crawford's intelligence, adaptability, and strategic depth could offset the physical differences. Bradley believes that Crawford's ability to read opponents and adjust mid-fight might give him the edge, even against someone as powerful as Canelo. He suggests that brains over brawn could be the deciding factor. If anyone can make it happen, it's Crawford.
In your view, Terence Crawford beats Canelo.
He cooks Canelo.
Woo! Really?
He beats him. Yes. Look, if you go back and you watch the fight with Lara, and you can see the same tendencies that Canelo has now, but he's a lot older now. But I just think that Terence has more skills than a Lara, and I think he can do more. And you're saying that, oh, Canelo is a super strong guy. Man, technique. You already know. If you ever wrestled before, the person that got better technique usually win. It don't matter how much the weight they have or what they're carrying around. It's the technique. Crawford knows how to take care of himself on the inside. He knows how to smother. He knows how to tie up. He knows how to rough guys up. He knows how to turn guys. He understands weight distribution, man. You know, not only that, the only beating Crawford is he got to knock him out. And when was the last time we seen Canelo knock anybody out? Think about that.
If Golovkin, who hits a lot harder than Crawford, could not drop or hurt Canelo, I just don't think Crawford has enough to cause a respect to him to make him go back on his back foot. Again, just because of the size.
Rising star Keyshawn Davis also chimed in, giving credit to Canelo's versatility. He pointed out that Canelo's greatness stems not just from his power, but from his ability to adjust. However, Davis also implied that this fight could be a turning point. Canelo has had his era, and now the torch might be passed. While many still lean toward Canelo due to size and experience, Davis's comments reflect a broader curiosity about whether skill, youth, and daring can upset the established order.
He's gonna be the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Floyd, it was Floyd, and then it's gonna be Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what's on the line with that fight, right? Canelo and Terence is whose era is it? Yeah. Right?
Nah.
I think Canelo had his time.
Yeah, Canelo had his time. Yeah.
Just go submit our time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
What made Bomac such a great trainer?
He can adapt to any style, bro. Like, he can adapt to any style. First of all, like DB3, we all got different styles. And he all been making this better in our own style. He got Troy Isley. Troy Isley is a different style. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, he got Avius Griffin. Avius Griffin is a different style. Of course, y'all know Jamel Herring and Terence Crawford. All different styles. And he make these fighters great. He can adapt to any style. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes him a great trainer.
Because he know boxing. That's why.
Talk to him.
He's a boxologist. He know boxing.
Trainer of the year?
Exactly.
Trainer of the year.
This year.
And we gonna win again this year.
I think what it is the last 2 years I said, like, damn, to be great at my craft, I'm gonna have to say shit sometimes they don't like, they don't, you know, but I'm gonna have to do it.
As long as you don't disrespect me, cuz I'm not no dude that's just gonna be on some F you type stuff.
No, I know. I already know. You were cool about it. You just let me know.
Yeah, for sure. You talk some man. And then you compare me.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.